Coming up today on TechLink Daily, Facebook goes into beta, WikiLeaks has a leak, and government hypocrisy. All of those stories and more coming up right now. Welcome back to TechLink Daily, guys. My name is Creighton Miller, and this is the #1 place to get all of the hottest tech news. We've got a lot of really cool stories for you guys today, so let's get started. Our first story today comes from this little-known website called Facebook. On their official blog, they say, introducing the Facebook for Android beta test program. Facebook seems to be taking over Android. First off with Facebook Home, their full experience all based around Facebook, and now with this beta test program, they want to open it up. They want to have people beta test new features and just see how far that they can push the limits of Android. And you, if you have an Android phone, I have a Nexus 4, if you want to get in on this beta test experience, it's pretty simple and you can do it. So first up, you're going to want to join the Facebook for Android Beta Testers Google group. Once you join that, you'll be directed to the Play Store where you will accept becoming a beta tester for Facebook. From there, you can download the beta app for Facebook and then have features and test drive new things and all that fun stuff that you can do when you're a beta tester. Because being a beta tester is kind of awesome, kind of buggy though. So kind of cool, right? Hopefully you guys might join in. I definitely will try that out and see what Facebook really does have coming down the pike. And speaking of Facebook, we also have another Facebook-related article from TechCrunch, leaked details of Facebook's new chat rooms feature. Codename Host Chat, it kind of works like what AOL chat rooms used to do. A single person can create this chat room and other people can come in without being invited and basically chat and hang out and all that stuff that you can really do with IRC and other chat room based clients. So it'll be interesting to see what Facebook has up its sleeve for Host Chat. And speaking of Android and applications that you can beta test, stuff like that, the Wall Street Journal is reporting Google is developing Android game console. We all know that Android does very well in the mobile marketplace, and they've even started making gaming consoles around it. One of the, best ones right now is the Ouya. Well, it also seems that Google is going to get into the same space with creating a game console like the Ouya around their own platform, maybe through Motorola, since they brought their mobility section. So we will see about that in the future, but right now it's just small little quirks and things that we see from Google that direct us to think that they're going to come out with a gaming console based on Android sometime soon. WikiLeaks has a leak from Wired. WikiLeaks volunteer was a paid informant from the FBI. Now, I'm not going to get too far into this article because it is a pretty good read, but basically this man was a paid informant from the FBI, along with being Julian Assange's right-hand man, having direct access to him and all the information coming out of it. So they had a mole at WikiLeaks, and well, it seems like he's giving out some very, very sensitive information. Speaking of sensitive information, from RT.com, Spy Games, inventor of World Wide Web, accuses West of hypocrisy. At a recent gathering, Tim Barnes-Lee, who is accredited for creating the World Wide Web, or actually helping to create the World Wide Web, had this to say: when you make something universal, it can be used for good things or nasty things. We just have to make sure that it is not undercut by any large companies or governments trying to use it and get total control. He was speaking directly in reference to the NSA, the whole big NSA deal right now, and saying that governments and people cannot control the internet, and it's not supposed to be controlling of the internet. It's supposed to be free and open for anybody to use. And that, I believe, is what the internet was made for and should still be made for. Tesla is back in the news today from CNET. White House petition backs direct sales of Tesla cars. Currently, in some states, it is illegal to sell cars directly to consumers from the manufacturer. So states have banned that altogether. And this whole legislation and this petition is to try to get Tesla cars to be sold by the manufacturer in all 50 states. The main part of this bill has to do with states wanting to protect auto manufacturers, saying this: the state legislators are trying to unfairly protect automotive dealers in their states from competition. And competition is all about, competition, and having these unfair advantages aren't very competitive. There you go. So hopefully Tesla will be able to sell cars in all 50 states. I know I'd love a Tesla car, and I know it's not illegal here in Washington to do that, but in other states like Texas, it is. So hopefully they will be able to sell in all 50 states. Kim.com is back in the news from Ars Technica. Kim.com says Dutch firm deleted at least 40 petabytes of Megaupload data. Both Kim.com and Megaupload have requested that LeaseWeb, the company that held this 40 petabytes of data, hold on to it so that it could be reconnected when they eventually win their case. Unfortunately, the company didn't want to play ball with that. One of their quotes from LeaseWeb said LeaseWeb was under no legal obligation to retain the data, although there's pending litigations, all of the stuff surrounding a currently open case. Well, 40 petabytes, 40% of all of the data across Megaupload has gone away. Maybe there's backups, maybe there's not. We don't know. But right now, what Kim.com says with his lawyers is that they didn't want to help them at all, whatsoever. They didn't want to help them. They didn't want to negotiate. They didn't want to, well, here's the quote. LeaseWeb put up so many hurdles that they wouldn't even engage in negotiations. LeaseWeb was deaf to any negotiations. Their so-called desires to deal with Megaupload were illusionary, or basically non-existent. So, again, still rooting for Megaupload and hoping that they get to win their case. Today's hardware isn't so much new to me, but it could be to you. A couple weeks ago, we went to Vlogger Fair, and one of the videos that we did there was a Ford Fiesta kind of test drive, and we used two cameras for that. We obviously used the camera that I'm using right now, the Canon 5D Mark III, but I also used a secondary camera that a lot of you have been asking, what was that camera? Well, it is my personal vlogging camera called the Canon PowerShot ELPH 110HS. It is a very small, compact camera. You can see I have a full review on this on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/LogicLounge, of what it is, how it does it. It does full 1080p video. I think it's 30 frames a second or 25 frames a second. It's perfect for daily use. It's sensitive enough for night operations. It's really a very nice camera. Uses SD cards, has a alright battery life, and definitely has been a camera that I liked. So it is, once again, the Canon PowerShot ELPH 110HS. Link is down below to where you can get this camera on Amazon. And if you're thinking about starting a vlog, this is a very good camera to get started and pretty cheap as well. So there's your hardware for today. And now moving on into our question of the day, which reads, would you buy an electric car? I'd like to put one footnote on this, which hopefully explains this question a little bit better before you answer it. I'm talking about if you had enough money and you were going out to buy a car, and if you saw a sports car or some other car that you liked next to a Tesla or a Nissan Leaf or whatever have you, whatever electric car is there, if they were the same price, would you buy an electric car over a normal gas car? Let me know in the comments down below and why. I would. I think electric cars are the future, especially with Tesla's new technology getting better and really cool looking cars. I have to say so myself. So there's your question of the day. Would you buy an electric car? Well, that about does it for today. Thank you guys so much. Be sure to follow us on our social media profiles, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all under the username of LogicLounge. Thank you guys also for liking, sharing, subscribing, favoriting, whatever you guys do to help us out, do it. And we'd like to thank you for it because really it helps us out, gives us feedback, and tells us what videos are working and what videos aren't. So thank you guys so much once again. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific time, for our live Friday show. It's gonna be a blast because we've got some really cool things planned out for you guys. That about does it for everything for today. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow for our live show.